Hey everyone! So this week's topic is a little bit different. What happens if 10% of the population is heterosexual versus 90% being gay? So, in my opinion, if the world was reversed, like if it was 10% heterosexual and 90% homosexual, I think a lot of things would be different. Obviously, us as human beings would be the same, like structurally and everything, but I think culturally and morally we would be different. First of all, I would think that people wouldn't hate on each other as much. Like, obviously there's always going to be people who don't like each other, but since the majority of the world would be homosexual, that wouldn't be seen a taboo issue or such a horrible sexual orientation to be. However, though, I don't think the homosexual population would hate the heterosexual population because we view them as people who can reproduce and keep our population alive. I also think that the world's population in a whole would be less. Right now it's 7 billion, it would probably be maybe 1 billion. So I think we would regard heterosexual people, that small minority, as very important because they're the ones that's sustaining our population. And so it would be more of a balance. Like, since we need the heterosexual population to populate the species, I don't think that the homosexuals would have a problem with it, and the heterosexual people wouldn't have a problem with us because we're the majority. And I also think things such as the Bible or the Quran would have totally different teachings, because if homosexuality was always predominant throughout human history in this theoretical situation, then sodomy in the Bible would never exist because there wouldn't be a problem with it because the majority of people would be doing it. However, I still think there would have been race issues, ethnic issues. Like, I think there would still be certain prejudices, but in regarding sexual orientation, I think everyone would be much more accepting and it wouldn't be such a big issue. But I also think that our species would have a very low survival rate. I mean, if only 10% of us are populating and 90% aren't. Obviously with today's technology, we have artificial inseminations and surrogate mothers, whatever. But back then, if the human population was always 90% homosexual and 10% heterosexual, I don't think evolution-wise we would have got to the point that we were today. Because there's not enough genetic diversity if only 10% are populating. And back then, since we didn't have the technologies, there wouldn't be that much of a population to begin with anyways, and the 10% of the people who were populating that were heterosexual probably would have died out because they were a minority, and the chances of them being 10% throughout human history would have been very low because there would have been other predators in the wild, right? And we wouldn't have developed because there wouldn't be as many of us, if that makes sense. Yeah, so in that sense, genetically, more scientifically, more analytically, I don't think that we would have been where we are today in regards to technology. Maybe we wouldn't even be here as a species. You never know. But other than that, it was a pretty interesting topic to talk about. Anyways, guys, I'll see you next week. Bye! And I probably look like shit. 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 Shit.
So